Good morning. At this time, please continue standing as you are able for the singing of our national anthem by Class of Fall 2019 graduation candidate Susan Randall Darby.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glad. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of our brave?
Please be seated. Welcome, family and friends, faculty and staff, honored guests, and of course, graduation candidates. Welcome to the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine's 41st commencement ceremony. We are pleased that you are able to join us this morning to celebrate the culmination of the Class of Fall 2019's journey through medical school. As the Dean of Students, it's my honor to guide these candidates through this very last step to becoming our newest graduates of SCNM. Their journey started back in the fall of 2016 or so, a class of 26 very unique individuals, diverse in their experiences and even more varied in their aspirations, but with a single vision: to be the best naturopathic doctors possible. So today I can attest, and I am positive that everyone here will confirm, that what we see here before us is a class of passionate professionals determined to make a difference in the world of naturopathic medicine. We look forward to what you will achieve in the future. So without further delay, let us start our celebration with an invocation from Dr. Katie Stage. Dr. Stage is SCNM's Division of Therapeutics and Associate Professor of Naturopathic Medicine, and is an alumnus of SCNM, class of 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for today's invocation, Dr. Katie Stage.
Good morning, Class of Fall 2019 and supporters. Congratulations. So I've always liked calling today commencement instead of graduation. And the reason is that commencement as a word signifies not just all that you have achieved, but your start and something new. So the official first day is physicians. So today I'm going to read a poem to you by John O'Donohue called To Rebirth for a New Beginning. In out-of-the-way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you are ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight when your courage kindled, and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon you'll be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you.
Thank you, Dr. Stage. It is my pleasure to introduce the Interim Dean for the School of Naturopathic Education, Dr. Jessica Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell is a 2005 graduate of SCNM. During her 3 years of residency, she found her love of pediatric medicine. She is a founding member of the Pediatric Association of Naturopathic Medicine and the American Board of Naturopathic Pediatrics. She has participated in 4 clinical trials on biomedical treatments for autistic patients, resulting in 7 publications. As interim dean, she seeks to continuously improve the naturopathic program to ensure the success of graduates. Please welcome to the podium, Dr. Jessica Mitchell.
Thank you, Dean Donnelly. It is my great pleasure to present the awards. The first awards of the day are the Student Awards. These award winners were chosen by their fellow classmates and the faculty. The first award today is the Daphne Bladen Award. Each commencement, SCNM awards the Daphne Bladen Outstanding Student Award to a graduating senior. This award was developed in memory of and to honor Daphne Bladen, a naturopathic medical student who began SCNM's ND program in September of 1993. Daphne passed away in December of 1994. The person presented with this award exudes academic excellence, compassion, perseverance, a loving sense of humor, and a positive outlook and supportive outlook. The recipient of this award is Emily Shaheen. The next award is the Outstanding Leadership Award. This award is given to a graduating senior who has demonstrated the ability to lead, a willingness to listen to others, and someone who has a true humanitarian character. This person provides support to the college community and a commitment to advancing the naturopathic profession as a whole. The recipient of this award is Cassidy Miller. And now for the academic awards. Beginning in winter 2019, SCNM initiated the Honors Tracks program, where students would apply to focus in particular areas such as pediatrics, nature cure, community health, or regenerative medicine. We would like to recognize the inaugural members of our graduating class who have completed an honors track, which is represented by the green cords they are wearing. Would those graduates please stand to be recognized? Next, we would like to recognize the members of our graduating class who have earned the honors designation by attaining at least a 3.8 GPA, which is represented by the gold cords they are wearing. Would those graduates please stand to be recognized? In addition to the honors designation, SCNM grants 2 levels of academic awards, high and highest. The highest award goes to the student who has earned the highest GPA in the graduating class, and the high award goes to the student who has earned the second highest GPA. The award for high academic achievement goes to Alexandra Manter. The award for highest academic achievement goes to Chantel Johnston. And finally, I would like to recognize the faculty and staff award recipients. During the senior luncheon held on campus earlier this week, our graduates announced the faculty and staff award winners. The recipients of these awards are, for faculty, Dr. Leslie Axelrod, Professor of Naturopathic Medicine, and for staff, Dr. Dusty Sowards, Clinical Coordinator. Congratulations to all the award winners.
Congratulations to all our award recipients and outstanding honors students. At this time, I'd like to introduce the President and CEO of SCNM, Dr. Paul Mittman. Dr. Mittman holds a Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine from National College of Naturopathic Medicine and a Doctor of Higher Education Management from the University of Pennsylvania. He practiced naturopathic medicine for 25 years, 12 years in private practice, and 13 after joining SCNM. His 1990 study on the use of Urtica dioica in the treatment of allergic rhinitis, you guys can correct me, was the first randomized controlled trial on a botanical medicine published in a peer-reviewed journal, the Planta Medica. Dr. Mittman received the American Association of Naturopathic Professions President's Award in 1990, was the Arizona Naturopathic Medical Association Physician of the Year in 2000, and the AANP Physician of the Year in 2007. Dr. Mittman leads by example, following a healthy diet, and races as a Category 5 bicyclist. He practices what he preaches and believes wholeheartedly in the healing power of nature. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Paul Mittman.
Well, thank you. Welcome, everybody. And can I start by asking everybody who is here who is a family member, spouse, child, daughter, sibling, grandparent, loved one, grandchild, or friend, supporter, whose love and support help make their journey possible today. Could you guys please stand up so we can acknowledge you? Thank you. I also want to acknowledge the extraordinary individuals to my right, the SCNM faculty. Could you guys please stand? Who for the past 4 years taught, mentored, and imparted knowledge and wisdom to our graduates. Thank you. And finally, I want to thank and also welcome SCNM's trustees, our past and current honorary degree recipients, and a wonderful staff who make it possible for SCNM to achieve excellence and shape the future. You guys stand, please. In July 2017, Dr. Matthew Burrell, SCNM Professor of Pediatrics, gave a keynote presentation at the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians annual conference on biophilia, which is the study of the evidence-based health benefits that occur when humans connect with nature and other forms of life. And this was first introduced by the renowned scientist Edmund Wilson. The research Matt presented illustrated the influence of experiencing nature, whether in personal encounters, in architectural design, in the built environment, and even in the most indirect ways. For example, interacting with a dog or cat on lowering blood pressure, decreasing violent behavior among incarcerated criminals through equine therapy, cognitive improvements among elderly women and men suffering from dementia by having access to gardens in nursing homes and memory care units. And even research showing that just having a painting or a photograph of something from nature on the wall can yield many of these health benefits. I think of Matt's talk on many occasions, especially on early morning bicycle rides that begin in the eerie pre-dawn darkness, punctuated by the occasional bat flapping overhead, perhaps a shooting star. As the dim glow in the eastern sky explodes into a suffusion of color and light, coyotes yip and yap in the distance, and on a lucky day, I get to see wild horses grazing in the desert just a few feet off the side of the road. It's hard to say which part of the ride confers more health benefits, the aerobic exercise or the encounter with nature. In fact, there's ample evidence that even mental images of nature are health promoting. And so let's take a few seconds to try this out. So please either close or lower your eyes and picture the image of nature of your choice. Sunrise, sunset, mountain, coast, forest, the gaze of your dog, cat, or other pets. And take 5 deep and relaxing breaths. You've just experienced the healing power of nature, the vis medicatrix naturae, the core principle of naturopathic medicine. How cool is that? How many times have you guys answered the question, tomato question? Do you say naturopathic or do you say naturopathic medicine? I prefer naturopathic because it emphasizes the root, nature, that's in the word naturopathic. Take a moment just to think of all the health professions, such as allopathic, whose Greek root allo means different, referencing medicines that counter disease, or osteopathic, whose root osteo means bones, references bones, and chiropractic, whose root chiro refers to hands and manual therapies. Only yours starts with the word nature. The abundance and bounty of nature is your pharmacy. It's your toolkit for helping others and for helping yourselves. So remember to connect your patients and yourselves to nature through the very medicines you prescribe, the health promoting and stress reducing behaviors you recommend, and the ones that you practice in your daily lives. Congratulations to all of you. The winter class of 2019. Congratulations on a job well done, and God bless.
Thank you for your words of wisdom, Dr. Mittman. I guess I need to start calling it naturopathic from now on. Now I'd like to introduce the representative from the Board of Trustees who will be presenting the diplomas to our graduates today, Dr. John Benninger. Mr. John Benninger is Vice President and Market Leader at Informa Markets. He focuses on the strategic direction and growth of Supply Side West, Supply Side East, and Natural Products Insider, and works closely with top clients on their go-to-market strategies. John is a frequent speaker and moderator at Natural Products Industries events. He has served on the Board of Trustees for SCNM since 2015 and is currently Vice Chair of the board. John received his journalism degree from Arizona State University in 1991. Please welcome Trustee Vice Chair, John Benninger.
Thank you. And yeah, just to clarify, I am not a doctor, and I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express. But thank you. Graduates, family, loved ones, friends, it is an honor to be able to share this wonderful and important day with you. On behalf of your Board of Trustees, congratulations. We are grateful for your commitment, for your perseverance, for your effort, and for your passion. On this day, we celebrate you. Our world actually needs you, and our community needs you. Healthcare in general needs you. And at a time right now that is often characterized by feelings of anger or fear or uncertainty in the world, you actually bring us hope. You bring compassion, and you bring healing. So, as I said, we need you, and you have answered that call. So thank you for all you've done to be here today. Your Board of Trustees, on whose behalf I am speaking today, is made up of 12 people who truly believe in and care for this institution, Southwest College, and everyone who is a part of it. Our role is to monitor the college and its success, its financial performance, and to help guide it to that success through long-term planning and strategy and things like that. But in addition to that, and in my view, more important than that, is your success leading up to today and moving forward from today. And I'm pleased to say that this class has been incredible. In fact, one way that we measure success here is with board scores. And this class actually achieved a 96% pass rate on the NPLEX 1, something we've never seen prior to this class. So. Yeah, so you've set a very high bar for those who follow behind you. You are really amazing, so take pride in that. We recognize that. Please also know that this institution and all of us who serve it will be here for you as you move forward from this day. This is your community, and it always will be. We're here for you, and please stay connected with us. For the last 29 years, I've worked in the natural products and nutrition industry. And from that vantage point, traveling around the world and going to conferences and dealing with all kinds of things, I can tell you that the world not only needs you right now, but it actually wants you. More than ever, people are interested in natural, holistic ways to be healthy for themselves and for their loved ones. So are the companies they work for, so are governments, so are institutions throughout our society trying to figure out how to deal with health in a new way, in a better way. They want the healing power of nature, and that interest is only going to grow in the coming years. So in my view, you are the future of medicine and the future of healthcare in this world, and so your time is now. You bring the hope that we all need in this moment. So I just want, on behalf of the board, I want to thank you and congratulate you.
Thank you, Mr. Benninger. Today's graduates earn 2 titles. You know the first one. The second of which is that of alumni. Here to welcome the graduates into the big family of SCNM alumni is Dr. Amanda Alexander. Dr. Alexander is SCNM's Assistant Professor of Naturopathic Medicine stand corrected, an alumnus of SCNM class of 2012, and president of SCNM's Alumni Association. Future alumni, please welcome Dr. Amanda Alexander.
Thank you, Dean Donnelly. Congratulations, graduates. Your hard work and dedication in pursuit of the privilege to practice medicine has brought you all to this much anticipated occasion. Now, your journey will continue in a significantly different way. Recognize that although you individually possess the skills to diagnose and treat patients, you will thrive more with support, since in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Keep in touch with the physicians here at SCNM and other physicians who you've established good relationships with. Consult with us about challenging cases and gain further insight about how to successfully implement long-term patient care. Consult with your cohort as well. Although the grueling hours spent studying for excessive exams is coming to an end, learning should never cease. So stay in touch because we are better together. And guess what? There's an easy way to stay connected. Just participate with the SCNM Alumni Association as new graduates. And I would like to welcome you all to this organization today. As members, you can help us further establish and improve relationships between alumni and current students, and share learning opportunities with doctors, both new and experienced. By engaging with our Alumni Association, you will also benefit from these opportunities as well. As new physicians in this organization, your perspectives can help inspire change and infuse creativity in our approach to staying connected. We welcome you and are excited to work with you all and to continue our relationships as we further the advancement of naturopathic medicine. Now go forth and pass boards like the champions we know you are, replete your adrenal glands as I taught you all in endocrinology, and then return with the intention of making SCNM even better. We look forward to working with you. Take care.
It is my honor to introduce the class speaker, Ms. Cassidy Miller. Cassidy has taken on many roles in her time here at SCNM: leader, motivator, enforcer, negotiator, and sometimes consoler. She has been the rock for her class and the calm in the eye of the storm. The class thought that it was fitting then that the person who was the glue for the class these past 4 years should speak for them on this milestone day. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present Cassidy Miller.
Hey guys, we made it. This was a day that seemed daunting and unimaginable when we started this program. However, somehow through the long days and longer nights, the marathon of medical school has finally ended. I want to thank everyone here celebrating with us: parents, spouses, siblings, kids, family members, significant others, and friends. I would also like to thank the ones who couldn't be here today, either those who are far or those we have lost along the way. We know you are here with us today. We know how much you have all sacrificed to support us through this journey. We can never repay you for all of the unconditional love and support you have provided. It's been a long 4 years. It definitely wasn't always pretty. But you stuck by us. Maybe it was just because you thought it might work out for free medical care in the end. But either way, we appreciate it. And we love you, and we can't thank you enough for all you have done. To our professors and attendings who have helped us grow from medical students to clinicians, imparting your wisdom, acting as role models, and providing us with the compliments and criticism we needed to set us up to become successful doctors. We appreciate you, and we thank you. I want to thank my classmates, made up of friends who have become family over the last few years. We have shared so many memories, laughter, tears, hardships, and accomplishments together. And going through this type of program provides a bond that cannot be described or replaced. I thank you for sharing in this experience with me and helping me grow as a person and as a doctor. I was trying to think of the best way to describe medical school. And you have the overused analogies of trying to drink water through a fire hose or running the marathon at the speed of a sprint. But I didn't think it really conveyed a typical day. So I wanted to try to give an illustration of what a typical day was like when we first entered clinic in quarter 9. And so at that point, we had about 3.5 minutes per day where we felt like we had a solid grasp on the world and what was going on. The other 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 30 seconds, sheer chaos. Basically what would happen in our first few days of quarter 9 is the primary student would tell you to go get towels and go to room 23. We didn't know where towels were or where room 23 was, but we figured we should go find them because we knew they talked about it in orientation and we knew we would feel dumb if we didn't. So eventually we find the towels, we find room 23, we stand outside and there's flags on the door. We don't remember what the flags mean. And so we awkwardly stand outside the door hoping someone will come out. We finally get the courage to knock on the door and realize no one's been in there the whole time. We go back to the conference room after we get everything set up and find that patient has actually canceled and we've been put on a new patient we didn't prep for. And so we go and get the history, we ask everything, we're really proud of ourselves, we come back to report, and the attending and resident ask us 35 questions, none of which we thought to ask, but all of which would have been good questions to ask. So with our ego even lower than we started, we go back to find all of the answers to their questions. We come back, present all of the newly acquired information, and the attending asks the fatal question, what do you think? And you realize throughout the whole process, you forgot to think. Your mind goes blank to the point that if they asked you your birthday or your dog's name, you wouldn't have an answer. You eventually mumble something resembling a sufficient differential diagnosis, and you are put out of your misery when they, along with some upperclassmen and the residents, help you through the rest of your way of your clinical thinking. You send the patient on their way, come back, and are told you forgot to put the codes in. You rush to put them in, and finally your 4 hours is over. You've sweat through everything you own, and you think, I am never going to get used to this. But the amazing part is, you did. And we did. And I'm happy to say that now that we've graduated, we know where room 23 is, we know where the hydrotherapy towels are, and we now have acceptable answers when attendings ask us those questions. That's why they're letting us graduate. To our attendings, thanks for putting up with us. Home med school, we had the best of times, we had the OSCE times. But we made it out, stronger, smarter, and with many more dark circles and gray hairs than when we entered. Since we came together for our white coat ceremony, we have spent the last 2 years as student clinicians. During this time, we have all started to diverge into different interests. You've got the homeopathy group, great listeners. Your conversation with them might go something like this. Tell me more about that. You've got the herbalists. They're like the potion masters of Hogwarts. They know the spirit of the plant. They talk to it. They find out its deepest worries and desires. Then they're able to manifest the magical capabilities to find the most perfectly proportioned tincture. Also, you should be careful with these tinctures because what they tell you will taste like a snickerdoodle is not what the rest of the world thinks is a snickerdoodle. Don't fall for that. You've got the nature cure people. In my mind, these are some of the most hardcore people of the group. We'll start off by saying, yeah, I did a 3-day water fast, and then I ended it with a hydrotherapy session where I dunked my whole body in ice water. And I'll be sitting there thinking, well, I only ate 1 cookie instead of 2 last night, so. You have the students who have done incredible work and spent a lot of time in underprivileged clinics. I myself have completed a few shifts at these off-site clinics, and I have so much admiration for the work that is done there. One of my proudest accomplishments of medical school is that after 3 quarters, my Spanglish has been upgraded to be able to confidently say, Dolor? Aquí? And then I go find Laura or Samuel to help me out. And finally, you have the students with sharp objects. These encompass your minor surgery and regenerative medicine nerds. They're the ones you have to watch out for as students because they have an ulterior motive to get more experience. They'll see you rubbing your shoulder and say, hey, you want to come see me? I can give you an injection. Or the minor surgery people that'll look over and say, were you thinking of keeping that skin tag? I can also confidently say that only medical students have parties to practice their suturing skills using the acronym BYOP, Bring Your Own Pigfoot. At Whitecoat, I talked about how impressed I was with every person in our class, and that hasn't changed. I've watched as we have blossomed from medical students to clinicians in the last 2 years throughout our time in clinic. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, a lot of feelings of jumping off into the deep end, not yet knowing how we're going to swim. And it's funny, because I know I feel this way, but yet when anyone else in my class tells me that they also feel this way, it feels impossible. I know how qualified they are, and they amaze me with the amount of information that they can rattle off at the drop of a hat. I know how much they can relate to their patients and take the time to sympathize with them. I know the passion they have for every part of naturopathic medicine. I know the hard work and dedication they've put in, and I know, without a doubt in my mind, that the incredible people sitting in front of me today are going to make outstanding doctors. As we head off now and go our separate ways, I want to tell you that I want you all to remember that behind you are all of your memories of medical school, and all you have learned here, both in and out of the books. These are the memories that have created the person you are today, that should be cherished and never forgotten. But you have outgrown them, and you have more to accomplish now. Before you are your dreams. The dreams that are felt so far and unattainable when we started are now within reach. Around you are all who love you, hold them closely, love them deeply. And within you is all you need to succeed. William Shakespeare said, "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away." We have been blessed with a beautiful gift as healers. Never take this gift for granted. I had a really hard time writing the speech, procrastinated even more than other things. And when I was practicing it yesterday, I realized why. It was because this was the last assignment. This speech meant the end of what I consider to be an amazing journey with some of the greatest people that I have ever met. And while I couldn't wait to be done with this program, I wasn't ready to admit that to myself. As I look out at every single doctor in front of me today, I want to tell you, it has been an honor to be your classmate, and it will be an honor to be your colleague. I know for a fact that we can expect great things from this class. We had a class with Dr. Nick for our first 2 years. Before every exam, he would tell us, "This is not an exam, but a celebration of learning." Dr. Nick is an extremely well-respected educator and doctor, and I hate to disagree with him. But Dr. Nick, I have to disagree, because this is a celebration of learning. Thank you.
Thank you. I first met Ty and Diana Smith in 2009 when they hosted a fundraiser concert for Dr. Conrad Kale, co-founder of SCNM and a founding member of the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians. The benefit concert, which was to support Dr. Kale, who was ill from cancer, for which he passed away. The concert reflected Ty and Diana's unique generosity, their commitment to community, friendship, and love of humanity. And they imparted these qualities into the DNA of Natural Partners, a company that is equally comfortable promoting wellness, quality business practice, and having a lot of fun. Since founding Natural Partners in 1996, Ty and Diana have served thousands of naturopathic physicians' practices throughout Arizona and across the United States, and now in Canada. Natural Partners has generously donated to SCNM for many years, most prominently sponsoring commencement since 2012. Diana Smith has served on the SCNM SAGE Foundation board, which Cassidy referenced in terms of community clinics, which is the foundation that supports SCNM's work in medically underserved communities. On behalf of the SCNM Faculty Senate, Executive Council, and the Board of Trustees, I am elated to confer the honorary degree Doctor of Naturopathic Sciences to Ty and Diana Smith. All right. Well, hold on. All right. The conferral of the degree. Diana Smith, with the authority vested in me by Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine and Health Sciences Board of Trustees in the state of Arizona, I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Naturopathic Sciences, honoris causa. Harold Ty Smith, with the authority vested in me by the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine and Health Sciences Board of Trustees and the state of Arizona, I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Naturopathic Sciences, honoris causa. Microphone is yours.
Dr. Bittman, thank you so very much. I don't know what to say, but thank you, Paul. Thank you, other Dr. Bittman, Laura. I'd like to thank another person, another doctor that's not here today. I haven't seen R.E.A. Bittman, who had, as far as I'm concerned, a lot to do with things. And I'd also very much like to thank some people who are here. And that is Fran Tui and his beautiful wife, Mary, and our friends Kai and Steve from Natural Partners. Amazing team that nothing would have happened. Stay.
He matches his hair.
Without you guys. So, and also, congratulations and just best of everything to you new doctors, which is just a wonderful thing that you've accomplished. So, from what I'd like to talk about is, and some people are probably thinking, "Oh my gosh, here he goes." They're probably wondering what the heck what I'm gonna come up with now. But
I'm looking at the time.
I know. Okay, so you
Okay.
kick me. I ramble on a little bit, but she'll kick me. What I'd like to talk about is how important that you naturopaths will become to the healthcare of the people in the United States. And I'm not going to just give you rainbows and lollipops and unicorns. This can be a very serious thing going forward. And you people are going to be more important than I think any of you are thinking about right now. I know that's a bold claim to make, but I also have this habit of somehow being in the middle of the road when the future comes along, and I just like grab onto the car or the truck, and I've just been in that position enough times to know it when I see it. So, I want you to know that my belief is that you are about to become more critically important to this country and its healthcare than you're thinking about right now. As I talk to Diana, I always say, can you just bottom line it for me? And so what I'm going to try to do is bottom line this for you to show you how this can happen, what you may be facing, and how you might react to it. And this could all happen if the allopathic and the hospital systems in our country falter. And there's indications that this is happening, and it could happen. And first, to understand that, I want you to realize that all of us are the victims of what is called normalcy bias. We think that how we were raised and what we're living today and what we think about tomorrow is how things are always going to be. And in my almost 70 years, I've been surprised many, many times. So if I were in your shoes as a new, young graduate doctor going out there, I would start getting rid of normalcy bias because the world is not going to be normal. Let me make an observation about some fragilities in our system and how you would interact with that. I don't know how many of you all know that there are only 3 power grids in the United States. Anybody know that? There we go, somebody back there. There's an East Coast grid, there's a West Coast grid, and God bless Texas because they're independent. Texas has its own power grid. So good for them. And power grids are, and believe me, I'm going to wrap this back around to being a doctor. This will come around, so don't lose me here. Power grids are absolutely dependent on what are called high voltage transformers. These things are 200 to 400 tons, 200 to 400 tons each. They're custom made for every power place, and they're largely made overseas. The United States doesn't make them anymore. If we lose those power grids, those transformers, and there's a number of ways that we could lose them, by people attacking the computers, by what's called an electromagnetic pulse, which is a weapon, a solar flare from the sun, or a physical attack, which happened in where I came from in San Jose. One of these were actually attacked. We lose our power. We lose our power, we lose light, we lose heat, we lose sanitation, we lose food, we lose water. When you wake up in the morning, you wake up to something that tells you what time it is. It was powered. You might flip on a light flip a switch to get your light. You go to the bathroom to get some water. You take a nice warm shower, hopefully. You look at your computer. Everything that we're doing is absolutely dependent on power. And allopathic medicine in particular, it's not that you guys don't use electronics, but allopathic medicine in particular is vulnerable to only knowing how to do medicine by this power in these machines. You, on the other hand, have been trained to be, you know, medicine. You know the bodily functions. You know herbs. You know acupuncture. You know all of these things that you could walk from here over there and start practicing medicine without a CT machine, without an MRI, without a CAT scan, all of those kind of things. You are uniquely qualified to take care of this world in a time that might get very, very strange. And if you think that, this is just like some weird old businessman who's retired up here.
They think
yeah, I know you think that, but if you're thinking that I'm the only one who's saying this, I want you to listen to a guy. His name is he's an admiral, Admiral Michael Rogers, who is the commander of the the United States Cyber Command Force, and also a former director of the NSA knows such agency, right? And you know that you know the people that have all the information and everything. And in talking about the power grid and what could happen, this is what Admiral Rogers said. We see multiple nation states, and in some cases individuals and groups that have the capability to engage in bad behavior, and it's only a matter of when and not if we are going to see something traumatic. Now, if that happens, you guys, everybody's going to be looking to you for health care because you know how to take care of people without giant hospitals and machines and so forth. You're trained. You don't have to send people to specialists and use CAT scans. And you don't, if I want to go see a specialist and if I didn't have power for my car, I can't walk there, but you could take care of it. And you have the, as Paul said, nature. You have the nature herbs and tinctures and so forth, and not drugs. Okay, okay. I think I can make it.
Hurry up.
Okay. And so your training may very well make you the doctor that everybody in the community is going to seek out, especially if times get weird. People, you will find people will flock to you. And don't think normally, folks. You know, the world is not normal. Be prepared to be the healthcare leader and authority in your community when allopathic medicine and hospital systems either deplete or are gone completely. You very well could become the critically important piece to the health of the United States. Yeah, no, yes, yeah.
This may not happen.
Yes. This is my opinion, and as I told you, I'm not going to throw sunshine and lollipops. I'm trying to tell you what I see as the future. On the other hand, everything may just work fine, and you guys are all going to have swimming pools and you know, Mercedes and that new cyber truck that you know, that Tesla put out and stuff like that. So anyway, for both Diana and I, and you know, you said you would kick me if you wanted to say something. So
No, I'm not kicking you. I just it's been such a great ride. Ty and I have been retired since May, and we've made just hundreds and hundreds of friends through the naturopathic community, and it's just been so amazing. And I can't thank you enough and predecessors for you know, just a great joyride. And you know, we're praying to God that none of this happens, but we just want to make sure that you know how valuable you are and how important you are. And
that's what I meant to say. Is how important.
We have learned so much about our health care, you know, our health and our children. And if we would have known a naturopathic physician when our kids were little, you know, we wouldn't have put our son on ADHD medicine, and we would have looked at his diet and all the stuff that is what you live and breathe. Is, you know, most of the world still doesn't understand that.
Yeah, I became a vegan.
Yeah, that's the opportunity. We just wanted to acknowledge you and embrace and thank you so much. Your time.
I just want you to know that I will cherish this. I mean, I will cherish this the rest of my life. You know, I don't know how to tell this to you other than to say I was working with an older gentleman about my age, and he had really, really helped me. And so I had given him a gift in appreciation for Christmas for what he had done for me. And when I gave it to him, he went, ugh. And then I felt kind of weird. And then he started to tear up. There were like tears in his eyes, and I go, what's wrong? And he goes, nobody has ever given me anything like this before. And I just want you to know, in my 68 years, nobody has ever given me anything like this before. And I attach your graduating class to that, and certainly SCNM and Paul and staff and my friends at Naturopathic.
Is this yours?
All right, so there's a bit of confusion here. And what we're going to do is these guys are lined up to get hooded and to get their diplomas. However, before we do that, we're going to confer the honorary degree. So rather than calling you by your first name, we get to call you Doctor. Technically, if we don't confer the degree first, we can't do that. So I'll leave it up to the file. Calling by just your first name, or would you rather be Doctor? One of those deep, relaxing breaths. By the authority vested in me by the faculty, Board of Trustees of Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine and Health Sciences, and by the state of Arizona, I hereby confer on each of you the degree Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine with all its rights and responsibilities. Congratulations, doctors. Bring back Dean Donnelly.
So as you can see, they're ready to go. So at this time, I invite our newest graduates to come forward as I read your name to receive the recognition of your new status. Hooding the students today are Dr. Mitchell and Dr. Garrett Thompson, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Board of Trustee Vice Chair Dr. John Benninger Mr. John Benninger, force of habit, will be presenting the graduates their diplomas, and Dr. Mittman will be welcoming our newest alumni to the next step in their journey. Dr. Natalia Borakowski. Dr. Jennifer Lynn Boyce. Dr. Susan Elizabeth Randall Darby. Dr. Kelly Ann Drought. Dr. Tara Helen Friedland. Dr. Danielle Renee Garvin. Dr. Lily Hartwell. Dr. Margie Faye Hope. With honors, Dr. Chantel Hannalee Johnson. Dr. Ashton Lacey Joyce. Dr. Kira Nicole Crick. With honors, Dr. Alexandra Lee Manter. Dr. Cassidy Jordan Miller. Dr. Michelle Margaret Orm. Dr. Nicholas James Savage. Dr. Emily Ann Shaheen. Dr. Faye Udwak Abasi Smith. Dr. Ashley Genevieve Stein. Dr. Daria Talley. Dr. Patricia Lynn Tang. Dr. Joseph Martin Tilchin. Dr. Bridget Ann Vanderwoody. Dr. Laura Alisa Vila. Dr. Danielle Lynn Wavra. Dr. Samuel R. Zuniga. Graduates, I ask you all to please stand as I invite Dr. Mittman back to the podium to lead you in the naturopathic oath.
You guys raise your right hand. Works if you hold it. I dedicate myself to the service of humanity as a practitioner of the art and science of naturopathic medicine. I will honor my teachers and all who have preserved and developed this knowledge, and dedicate myself to supporting the growth and evolution of naturopathic medicine. I will endeavor to continually improve my abilities as a healer through study, reflection, and genuine concern for humanity. I will impart knowledge of the advanced healing arts to dedicated colleagues and students. Through precept, lecture, and example, I will assist and encourage others to strengthen their health, reduce risk for disease, and preserve the health of our planet for ourselves, our families, and future generations. According to my best ability and judgment, I will use methods of treatment that follow the principles of naturopathic medicine. Primum non nocere. First of all, to do no harm. Vis medicatrix naturae. To act in cooperation with the healing power of nature. Tolle causum. To address the fundamental cause of disease. Tolle totem. To heal the whole person through individualized treatment. Docere. To teach the principles of healthy living. Prevenire. To practice prevention with patients and the public. I will conduct my life in the practice of naturopathic healthcare with vigilance, integrity, and freedom from prejudice. I will abstain from voluntary acts of injustice and corruption. I will keep confidential whatever I am privileged to witness, whether professionally or privately, that should not be divulged. With my whole heart, before this gathering of witnesses, as a doctor of naturopathic medicine, I pledge to remain true to this oath. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our commencement ceremony for the class of fall 2019. Thank you for joining us today and celebrating their achievements. I ask that the audience please remain seated until all the graduates have exited the room, after which you are invited to a brief reception on the patio, sponsored by our friends at Full Script Natural Partners. Thank you for attending our celebration and have a wonderful day.